Boys, it's a rank up match. I'm checking. I'm just trying out a couple of decks. I don't want to. I'm not like in a climb, but I've just gotten 3 wins on the trot with this deck. So I thought I'd record the rank up match just in case. Yeah, there's a reason why I set all 3, because he can target 2 to be destroyed, and I want, because I know that that's coming. Yeah, I knew that that would be a Crystal Raigeki. Now we don't mind if he pops the Hallucinogenia, because I'll just pop it, but he doesn't. That's fine. Perfect. So we're now in a, I would say we're in a good position. Right. He goes for Transcendent Crystals again, so I assume that's going to be another Crystal Raigeki that he's set. And then that's a Recruiter. He's going to end. Oh, he doesn't get the search off Recruiter because he didn't go from the field. Okay. So I'm now, because I'm seeing a Recruiter, I'm now thinking, okay, we're going to be going up against a Silent Magician deck. So that's fun. I'm going to go for the attack and go into the damage step and see what he does. Come on, what are you going to do? Crystal Raigeki. Okay, so how's he going to play? Get rid of the Stego? He pops. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, mate. Alright. Okay. Cool. I quite like this deck. I built it around Giant Rex. That's why Gargantus is in there. So if you've got a Giant Rex in the graveyard and then you've got Gargantus in hand, it's just a free double summon. And then you've got a normal summon as well on top. It's a really nice combo. Unless he's playing with Toggle. Oh, he scoops! We rank up. Yeah, this is only up to Platinum rank 2. But I thought it was quite an interesting deck. Bam! Rank up. Yeah. This is the deck. So we are basically just worried about getting Giant Rex out. And I've thrown in a Full Helm Knight because I like his ability. And I want to be able to go into synchro plays if necessary. But I'm not very often using that. I don't have any more dinosaur monsters. I have no other dinosaur monsters. I do have a second copy of Tyranno Infinity, but I actually think 2 gets a bit bricky. So I've actually got it down to 1, and he's like the boss monster. 2 Survival Instinct, 2 Survival of the Fittest, 3 Hallucinogenia, 2 Econ. I'm just like, I needed 5 reliable back row, because these 2, I've got 2 copies of each. That takes up 4 deck slots. And I still, because that can get quite bricky in the wrong situation. Gigantus can also get slightly bricky, but the thing is, we've got 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 potential targets for it to be in the graveyard for him to come out on. So, including himself as well. So 9. All right, so it's time to see some replays, my friends. Time to see some replays. I got 5 for you. Got 5 for you today. And you'll see a bit more of how the deck works. Like I say, it does get quite bricky, and I do feel that, but I do think if you get a brick, you know, it's bad luck. You know, unfortunately, you know, obviously there are a lot of decks that even an unlucky hand can still yield good results. You can't really consider this top tier, but you can also. You've got to understand that I don't have an amazing amount of cards at my disposal. Like I say, I've only started playing the game with this account for the last month, and I'm completely free to play. That's the whole point. Yeah, like I say, there's definitely going to be better builds of this deck. I've run into a couple of Giant Rex decks, and a lot of them use gold. They run Gold Sarcophagus. I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of that strategy. I feel like you can get more advantage out of him running him with the Dinosaur Banish deck. You can get a lot more advantage out of him. But at the same time, it does get somewhat bricky. So you've got to take the good with the bad. I mean, like I say, I like some of the combos available. This game actually, I'm going to keep double tapping on the mouse because this game was really long-winded. Really long-winded. I essentially got to the point where I was like, right, I'm just going to pass every turn until he makes a move. I've got back row that I can use to protect myself if he is able to go offensive. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for him to go offensive. He plays this thing, so I go for the survival instinct, banish everything, and then bring the giant Rex back. And then I'm at 5,200 life points, so that now I know that I can take a direct attack from something if needs be. I think I pass here. Or no, I think I might set the survival instinct again. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But remember, I've got Tyranno Infinity, and I'm not summoning that yet. Because I want to get, you know, if I'm going to summon it, I need to summon it with huge advantage. So I let this go through. I don't see a point in popping anything yet. Because I can take that damage. But now he goes for a Phoenix. So now I'm like, okay, I need to utilise what I've got on the field as soon as I can. So you'll see me here, I do everything chained. So I chain to the activation of the effect for Survival of the Fittest and then bring back Giant Rex. But then his effect pops, I can now go for the Econ. And then I take control of the Yubel. And then that pops. Now I need to, I plan to summon Gigantis, and I get to draw into a second Gigantis. So I know that I'm safe to summon Giant Rex in face-up attack, and I'll be alright. And if he chooses to attack into Gigantis, he will end up killing any back row he sets. So I'm in a good position there. But, you know, keep an eye on the life points. Always keeping an eye on the life points in a situation like this, in one of these stally games. Because we draw into Sphere Karibo, I just pass. I just pass. He goes for... But I didn't realise that he ditched a second Phoenix. So this scared me quite a bit. And I have to let one of the attacks go through. But I pop Sphere Karibo for one of them. But again, your bell pops. So now I'm having to defend from 2 Phoenix coming out every turn, and they're going to be double tagging me. So I set a Giant Rex, and then I set the Hallucinogenia. And I'm thinking to myself, I'll pop the Hallucinogenia early in the draw phase, and then bring out another Hallucinogenia to special summon. And now I've got a 2 monster line of defense. Now, look, bear in mind, he's now only got 3 cards left in his deck. I know, I only need to stall him out for 3 more turns. Yubel pops, and he has to discard a Fire King Island. We go for the Gigantis again, and then we bring a Giant Rex back. And now we can settle on that. We're happy on that. And now the Phoenixes come out, and they're not going to bother attacking, because they know there's no point. He discards his Super Yubel. I set an Econ, and I set the Survival Instinct. So now I'm planning to bring out a Giant Rex. So I banish a bunch of cards there. And also I bring out Paleozoic. Giant Rex comes in, and I think I Econ take here as well. Just for shits and gigs. There's really no need to do that, but I'll be damned if I let him destroy my stuff. Alright, so that pops. Everything dies. He's got 1 card left in the deck. I set the Survival of the Fittest, and I summon Tyranno Infinity. So now he'll draw. He won't be able to kill me, because that's 4,000 attack. He'll have no choice but to end. And that's GG. This is back when before I was running with Synchros, and this is back, I think I was running 2 Tyrannos. Tyranno Infinity. I quite like it. I quite like the Giant Rex ability. I think he's quite fun. Yeah, it's good. But you got to remember though, Giant Rex can only pop once per turn. You can only activate his ability once per turn. So you can't keep bringing him back and back and back. You're able to recycle him into the graveyard and then banish him. You can't keep doing that. So this game we run into a vampire player, and I think this guy, I'm pretty sure this guy drawed quite badly. I can't quite remember. Oh yeah, he had a really strange deck. Yeah, I think he was running 2 Vampire Desires, and yeah, there was a lot of room for him to. Yeah, it was a 25 card deck. I couldn't believe it, and I was, I took a look at the deck, and he was just running absolute trash. I couldn't believe it. So I'm not surprised we won, and I'm not surprised he bricked. But this is the thing: if you can interrupt the whole vampire combo, that's quite good. Now, I hadn't been playing with the deck very long. I actually, in hindsight, should have ditched a Giant Rex in that position. But also, he should have attacked. So we draw into another Giant Rex. So we actually are all right not bothering to ditch a second Giant Rex previously. But we use Survival of the Fittest, and this card just makes this deck beastly, and we get exact lethal. And it's always nice getting exact lethal. Okay, so this is a Joey Wheeler deck. If it's 30 cards, it is. Okay, so I think this is the Last Gamble Gem Knight deck that I'll show you. It's really unfortunate. But like, this is the problem with Gem Knights. Like, people who use Gem Knights, they are, they get too scared to attack because they're not really wanting to attack. What they're wanting to do is burn you. So when you find yourself in a position where you're playing Gem Knights, you can set stuff. If you set stuff in your back row, that will spook a Gem Knight player into not attacking, and it will buy you a turn, and this will be an example of that. So yeah, at this point I'm like, we've got a pretty trash hand, and I'm pretty much ready to sort of throw in the towel. I'm like, yeah, he's won, and he's going to go, and this is where he goes Last Gamble. I'm thinking, he's got Gem Knights, he's going to pop off. He does pop off, he gets a 6 roll. I'm like, yeah, it's done. I set the Tyranno Infinity early, so I'm like, yeah, there's no point. I'll just hope for the best. I'll set and hope for the best. And this is the thing, always fight till the end, my boys. Keep going till the bell rings. Keep going, because you never know. So he's popping off. You know how Gem Knights do. The same fucking combo every fucking time. They're popping off. I'm like, okay, am I ever going to get to play? And he's really popping off. I hate these decks that, suck the fun out of the game. Gem Knights, how am I meant to enjoy it? Exodia deck, how am I meant to enjoy that? There's plenty of other ones. Vampires sometimes get a bit annoying in the sense of, just let me have a turn, let me play. Well, Gem Knights is the worst for it. Because you've got to sit through all of this in case you might win. And honestly, I'm not hovering over the surrender at this point. But he chooses not to attack. And that, my friends, was his mistake. We get Giant Rex, all we need to do is summon him and attack. And they never play any back row. So we go Survival of the Fittest. GG. Don't play Last Gamble with Gem Knights if you're not going to attack. I think this might be another Gem Knight deck. Oh no. Yeah, this was a grit deck with Jesse. And he just passes play. So I go for Black Stego on the offensive, as you do. No stall as well. There was no econ, no Ebolas. And it turns out to be a Dark World deck. And he really gets to pop off against me. So I was like, oh, and I'm not familiar with the newer Dark World cards. So I'm like, oh, okay, he's gonna pop off on me, and I'm gonna lose. You know, I am thinking at this point, okay, GG, I don't know how to play against this stuff. I set the Tyranno Infinity because I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna win. So I just go on the defensive until I can draw into something that I can double survival on, because that'll give me a 2000 boost. But then he special summons this little thing to me again, and he gets to pop off, but he doesn't summon, and I was surprised. And he kills both of the Mons, naturally, but he's got no back row protection at all, and I'm thinking all I need to do is draw a monster, and I do. So I go double survival on him, but first I go Paleozoic to reduce him, and then I go survival to bring Paleozoic back, and now it's GG. Although I didn't need to bring him back, it was actually GG just with Black Stego. But still, like I say, Dark World's not a deck I'm overly familiar with. I haven't ran into it remotely since playing the game. Used to dabble with it back in the day in the TCG, but I haven't ran into it, and it's an archetype that I have very little experience with. It's always nice when you beat a cancer deck. It's always nice because, again, it's like they're not really playing the game. Although, I think every good player must have a cancer deck. You have to in order to remain relevant. And you always need to be updating your cancer deck to keep up with the meta. Always. So I'm just going to go on the offensive. Again, I'm expecting a Lava Golem at some point, so I don't mind if he kills some of my Mons. And he does exactly that. He uses a widespread. I attack into it. It's a Snowman Eater, so I pop a Hallucinogenia, make sure it dies. I don't want it on the field because that defense is very, very high for my low-level monsters to deal with. And I have to let this go through. I have to let an Amazoness go through. And again, I'm thinking I'm losing this game. So I go Black Stego trying to suicide, but then he goes DNA Transplant, meaning I don't get the boost from Jurassic World. However, I pop my Hallucinogenia in the grave, and then I pop my Hallucinogenia on the field, and make sure that I kill the Swordswoman. I take 450 damage, but then I can get 1200 in his face. But I'm not in a good position, but I do have Sphere-Kuriboh as protection. That's why I went all out, because I knew I had Sphere-Kuriboh as backup. Now, he goes for Amazoness again, and I let this go through, because Stego will just go into defense. But I do take a further 500 damage. So I'm getting a bit worried. I know that the Lava Golem's coming soon. So I'm thinking here, I'll go for an Econ take. Because I still have the Sphere-Kuriboh, and I'm thinking maybe I'll sort of bait him into thinking that I'm a bit scrubby, and I'm going for like an all-out play to take him down to just 100 life points. Where you should only really do this if you're gonna go for the win. And I bait out a Canadia, so I bring out my Hallucinogenia. So yeah, like I say, I wanted to get rid of his back row, and that's exactly what happened. And I benefited from getting rid of the back row. And I still have a Sphere-Kuriboh to protect me. And if he goes into Black Stego, then I've got protection. But he goes into Lava Golem. Now obviously, if I let this go through, I'll take 1,000 to the face. I can't have that, because I'm taking 1,000 as well in my standby phase. So I go for Kuriboh here. So it's a good thing I saved it for this point, because I get a Gigantis. So now I take 1,000 to the face, but now I can ditch Giant Rex, summon out Gigantis, and now I can bring Giant Rex back, put Lava Golem in attack, but he just scoops. He knows what's coming. And it's GG. So, yeah, that's the deck. I'm sure there'll be an ability that I don't have that'll be better for this. Maybe Last Gamble. Maybe that, I don't know. But I quite like this deck. Maybe Dinosaur Kingdom isn't the way to go with it, but I do quite like that extra 300 boost that they get. Look, I like the Giant Rex, man. And especially with the Dinosaur Kingdom, he goes to 2300 base attack. 2300. That's good, man. That's really good. I like that. 4-star 2300 beta. Yeah, I'm down for that. It's difficult to deal with, and if they do deal with it, we got ways to bring it back. When it comes back with its effect, it's very easy to forget this, but when it comes back with its effect, it gets a 200 attack increase for each banished dinosaur type monster. And look, the survival of the fittest card, really good when you can get it to work. But obviously the dinosaur Black Stego, I like him, sure. But I think he would be great in a Spike Shield with Chain deck. I think he'd be an amazing addition in a deck that utilises Spike Shield with Chain. And to be fair, I think if I didn't have this and I did have Spike Shield with Chain, that's probably what I'd be running. I mean, this is just a sort of extra utility card to do some shenanigans with the extra deck, but I very rarely draw into him, if I'm honest. It's very rare that I actually draw into him, and when I do, I usually use his stall effect. But yeah, this deck, surprisingly, is giving me some level of consistency, which has surprised me, because it's a very quickly thrown together slapdash dino deck that I put together with just a scraping of cards that I had. I don't have many cards, so yeah, if you got them, again, I had 2 Time Anno Infinity. I grinded for 2. I got 2 rare tickets so I could get 2. But the thing is, I actually found him to be quite a bit bricky. Maybe when I get more Dino cards, I'll experiment with a Grass Looks Greener build of this deck. And, maybe if I had a 3rd Gigantis, that would be awesome. There's also Rock Spirit as well from a previous box. 3 copies of that as well. That'd be quite cool, a Grass Looks Greener build, focusing on Giant Rex. And then in that instance, I probably would put Golden Sarcophagus in, because I'm not a fan of when I've come up against the Giant Rex deck and I go up against Golden Sarcophagus. I just don't feel that you're getting maximum usage using Golden Sarcophagus. Golden Sarcophagus is essentially just getting a Giant Rex out on the field, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I much prefer using something like Survival Instinct, because with Survival Instinct you can pop that in your opponent's turn as well. You can pop it during the battle phase. I just prefer using that over using Golden Sarcophagus. And also, I've not seen a single person run Gigantis with Giant Rex. So, you're welcome, world. You're welcome, Duel Links community. Because that combo's real nice. Because you get 2 special summons, and you can normal summon, boy. You can normal summon. Yeah, Giant Rex and Gigantis. That's a combo, bruv. That's a combo. I love that combo. Anyway, nice one. I hope this helped. Take care. Much love. I'll see you in the next one.